So on this podcast, I share all my business. So obviously I shared about the sex addiction thing, which I've been super open about. What's your take on periods of celibacy, and keeping that chi and that energy in, and what to do next? What would you tell me? Because I don't know how long this period of abstinence will be. I feel like I have a spiritual calling towards it, like a fast. So who knows, maybe 90 days, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. But where do you see with that energy buildup and, with that new relationship to your body? Because I feel like that's what it's done to me. I have a restart, and like a fresh, what I'm hoping for is a fresh relationship to sex after this period. But what are your thoughts on periods of abstinence, and do you encourage your people to do that, or is it what's your relationship to it? Are you pro, hey, masturbate because you got to get the sin out kind of jam?
Yeah, well, first of all, that's awesome that you're experiencing this new relationship with your body and your sexuality through exploring this. I think it can be very helpful to choose to go through a period of abstinence. And I also think while doing so, it's really key that you keep that energy flowing. So there's a big difference between, abstaining from sex and keeping our energy flowing and just ignoring or repressing sex. And I think that this is where abstinence and celibacy can become problematic. This is where you start to see people like priests molesting little kids because they're repressing and ignoring that sexual energy. But this is our vitality, and it's the element of water. It needs to flow. Sexual energy, it lives in our sacral chakra. It's water. It needs to flow. Otherwise, it's going to become like this mucky, stagnant swamp, or it's going to feel like, you're kinking a hose and it's wanting to explode. And so you want to let it flow. And that doesn't mean that it has to be explicitly sexual, but things like our emotions and our creativity are very connected to our sexual energy. So things like internal martial arts, qigong, tai chi are amazing ways to
that's what I've done. I've gone into jiu-jitsu, and I've gone into training more. I have the energy flowing. I have the energy flowing.
And that's what's important, is that it's flowing, it's integrating, getting into creative flows, moving your body, working with breath. These are very important. Otherwise, it will stagnate or explode. The other way, so a lot of what I teach is becoming multi-orgasmic through non-ejaculatory orgasm.
Break that down. Take a second to, because that blows my mind.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
So break that down for people, because I think other people will have their minds blown as well.
Yeah. Okay. So this is one of the coolest things about being a man that most people on this planet are not aware of. So you are capable of having multiple different types of orgasm, and orgasm and ejaculation are actually two separate functions. So they can be separated. They can happen independently of each other. Ejaculation is actually a response. It's a reaction to orgasm rather than the orgasm itself. So what happens is when you ejaculate, your body releases a huge flood of neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, as well as prolactin. And so prolactin is what's responsible for the refractory period of taking some time to get hard again after you come. It's that hormone that flushes through that can kind of make you feel like you just want to be by yourself after sex or turn over and go to sleep. It can diminish your arousal, your desire for connection, and it can diminish your drive and kind of, again, that young, fiery, get shit done kind of energy. It signals to your body that your biological purpose has been served for the day. You've procreated, you've continued the human race, you can kick back and not do anything, which sometimes that's great, but sometimes you have shit you want to do and you want to have that energy still. The Taoists and the tantrics see this as a big loss of vital life force energy, to be losing, to let go of it all the time, because it is the energy that we create life with. And so all your organs are pouring forth their best effort to create this new life, and then they've all got to replenish and rebuild, and your body's got to make more sperm and all of this. So it serves this amazing purpose of creating life. It's also very pleasurable, obviously, but when you have an ejaculation is an explosive orgasm. It's shooting out of your body, whereas a non-ejaculatory orgasm is implosive. So you're reversing the flow of energy and keeping it within your body, and you're revitalizing your entire system with it. So you're not losing that energy. You don't have the release of prolactin, and you can have many of these orgasms without losing your erection and having that refractory period and without ejaculating. And so an ejaculatory orgasm will look more like a peak, where you build and build and build and peak, and it lasts a few seconds and then falls over on the other side, and you're likely going to be tired or need a moment to get hard again if you want to keep going. Whereas a non-ejaculatory orgasm is going to be like these building and then rolling plateaus. So this little plateau here is like a rolling orgasm, and then you build and you come to this rolling orgasm, and you build and you come to another one, where they compound on each other. They can last minutes, or even you can enter an orgasmic state rather than these specific non-ejaculatory orgasms. It can become this full body rolling orgasmic state that can last hours, really. And so it's not just localized to the genitals, but it's throughout your entire body. It's going to revitalize your whole system, and you're essentially using that life force that you're created from, that is responsible for your vitality, to nourish your whole system, rather than like shooting it out into a tissue and flushing it down the toilet. So it's this incredible energy that increases productivity, creativity, vitality, mental acuity, clarity, drive. All of these things continue to build when you keep that young energy within you rather than depleting it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. That was perfect.